Think of the person who has always guided you throughout your life, always been there. I'm sure for many of us, a special relative comes to mind. For me, relatives have always been around. Some were there constantly. Others were really more like strangers. But through it all, there was this one man who had the biggest impact, who was always there. Sure, I'm sure many relatives have helped us through the thick and thin, but I would like to pay tribute to my father, Horatio Sequeira. My father is a dedicated mechanic, but he still has time for me. He's strong, kind, and annoying, but in a good way, like he is every time I see him. My father used his strength, both physical and mental, to support and raise me. Back when I was little, my father had to work late hours. He never complained once, just went, did the job, he came home, but I would normally be asleep. Amidst all the overtime, he was the only person who maintained our lawn, and it wasn't a small lawn either. Then he'd also have to do the side yard and the backyard while maintaining our 3 cars. He would always encourage me to do better. Like when I was smaller, when I was playing soccer, there was this really cold day that came by, and he told me to warm up in the sun. All the other kids were running around in snow pants and winter coats, and I was just there in my shorts and my t-shirts. I don't remember the cold, but the sun really wasn't shining. And that is why I always remember my father's strength when I look back to when I was young. My father seemed like a very serious person, but he is really kind once you get to know him. Back when he had to work late nights, even though he was tired, he would climb up the stairs just to say goodnight to me. That meant a lot. When I was really struggling with my homework, he would try to help, even though I'm sure he didn't understand too much of it himself. I believe his greatest kindness, though, was just being there, someone I could talk to, someone who would and could understand. And that is why I will always remember my father for his kindness. My father is the most annoying person I know. Probably the most annoying person ever. But he means well. He taught me. He always had this one mantra he'd say. Do well in school so you can get a good job and work the hours that you want. It was constant. He was always drilling his lessons into me, making sure I never strayed down the wrong path. One of the most annoying things he does is this grin he gets when we box together. It happens when he lands a real good punch. Granted, it doesn't happen often, but it's the most annoying thing I will remember forever. I hope now you see the distinct individual my father is. My father used his strength, his kindness, and his vexation to make me who I am today. I am living proof of what a great man my father is. At least I hope so. He's always been a guiding hand on my shoulder, steering me right from wrong. And that is why I decided to pay tribute to my father, Horatio Manuel Sequeira, my old man. Oh, and vexation means you're annoying.